Politicians and celebrities make deals behind closed doors, promises broken in their income source. Hidden agendas run the grand parade, in the circus choose a masquerade. Believe me, I wouldn't lie. I've been given money, power, and fame to keep you in line.
Hello, everyone. I am not, made up or anything today. I did put some lipstick on, so that's all you guys get because I have to go take a shower. But today we're going to do a quick one on fear and faith. So it's going to be about how, it's kind of in the same realm of what I've been talking about before about your whole mindset and using psychology to fix your mindset so that you can achieve things and so that you don't sabotage yourself with like your bad negative thoughts. And we all have them, but it's important to keep it under control because while it's there to keep you safe, it is maladaptive in this world. So fear is, of course, it's what if. So what if this happens? What if I get married and then they cheat on me? What if I get married and then they become obese? What if I get married and they become this, whatever, like the what ifs. And then faith is like, even if this happens, I'm going to be able to handle it. So we have to shift from the fear-based to the faith-based for your mindset to work properly. So let's break down the psychology behind fear and faith. And I'll give you guys a few little tricks to stay positive because life throws at you a whole bunch of, horrible things every now and then and tough times. And maybe sometimes they're in your head and maybe sometimes they're legitimately right there. So let's get started. So setting the stage, what does fear and faith really mean? So fear is going to be the voice in your head that's asking you, what if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if I'm not enough? It's uncertainty. Fear is uncertainty. It's your brain playing out all the worst case scenarios like a bad movie on repeat. And faith would be the opposite. It's not blind optimism. It's not that, but it is courage. So it's saying, even if I fail, I'm going to learn something. Even if I lose, I can rebuild. Even if it hurts, I'm going to grow. So fear will keep you stuck and faith is what keeps us moving forward. So some examples. Like what I said before, I won't get married because she might steal everything from me. Instead, you could say something like, if I get married, I'll find someone who's worth the risk. And even if things don't work out, I'm going to be okay. So another is, what if I start this business and if I fail or if I lose my investment money? How about instead you can shift it to, I'm going to invest my money on this business idea. And if it doesn't work out, I can pivot and I can keep doing that until I find something that does work. And remember, the secret to success is just not stopping. So the secret to dating also is not stopping. Okay, this one didn't work out next. This one didn't work out next. Not stopping, not going, oh, I had 2 or 3 bad experiences. I guess it'll never work out. So success isn't this person got lucky. It is this person did not give up. All right. So psychologists say that fear is rooted in your survival instinct. It's protection, right? But faith is something you have to choose to have. So how can we choose faith no matter what setbacks we faced? So say you have PTSD over something, bad relationship, you lost some money in, starting a business, you have PTSD, right? So how do you get your faith back? So let's get into the psychology of fear and why does it hold us back? So it lives in the part of your brain called the amygdala. And this is your internal alarm system. So whenever it senses danger, it's going to flood your body with stress hormones like cortisol. So back in the day, that's what you needed to happen so that you could run away from lions and predators and stuff like that. But today, freaking out over a missed deadline or a breakup or a setback or whatever, it's just maladaptive now. So the problem is fear also likes to spiral. So what if this turns into what if a dozen different things? And suddenly you become paralyzed with fear, right? That's when it overtakes you. So if you notice, you can imagine every single detail of a disaster, but you struggle to come up with a picture of success happening in your mind, right? That's called a negative bias. Our brains are wired for that, to focus on threats. It's not a you problem. That's literally like a hardware problem. So the good news is you can still rewire it. So fear might be automatic, but faith can be this muscle that we build. So like, for example, like say, being fit, right? Fear could be like, I don't want to go outside, I don't work out. But faith could be like, I'm going to make myself do it. So you can make yourself do it. And then over time, you just automatically start doing it. It's like first you start, walking every day and you're like, this is boring. This is a waste of time. I'd rather do 50 other things. But after like 10, 12 days of going to like walk after you eat dinner or whatever, you just start automatically doing it and you forget you're even doing it. You're just like, this is what I do. This is who I am now. So that's what you want. So it's a muscle we can build. All right. So here is something I want to show you guys. Okay. This is, can't move it. So whatever, just deal with it. In the 1950s, a university professor, Kurt Richter, conducted a gruesome experiment with rats to test how long they could tread water. So he first took a dozen rats, put them in jars half filled with water, and watched them drown. The glass jar was very large, therefore the rats could not cling to the sides or jump out of it. On average, they'd give up and sink after 15 minutes. So then he reran the experiment, but with one twist. Right before they gave up due to the exhaustion, the researchers would pluck them out, dry them off, and let them rest for a few minutes, and then put them back in for a second round of treading water. So this second try, after they had just swam until failure only a few short minutes earlier, they lasted an average of 60 hours. And the results showed that removing or saving the rats just before drowning allowed some rats to swim approximately 240 times longer the next time that they were put in the bucket. One rat even lasted an astonishing 81 hours. All right, put that into perspective. The conclusion drawn was that since the rats believed that they would eventually be rescued, they could push their bodies past what they previously thought was even possible, right? So this is why some of us can be very successful and others give up so easily. Like, oh man, I had this patient one time. I was trying to motivate him to go to like a school program to get his, I don't know, like license to be like a hairstylist so he can make extra money, because he was, living in poverty and everything was really bad and he was very negative, right? So I tried so hard. He signed up, he's going there, he's there for a couple weeks. Somebody said something mean to him or whatever, or they didn't like something he did to somebody's hair, I don't know. And then he just quit. He immediately quit. He had the tiniest little setback and he quit. So I need you to realize this. All you need to push yourself past what you think is possible is literally just the ability to do it anyways, right? So if you just go ahead and do it anyways, you can build that muscle. So you need to focus on looking at the people who have done what you want to do. Stop getting up in your heads and being hopeless. Stop giving up and letting yourself drown. Because in the real world, you can actually get out of any buckets you're in. You don't have to give up. Until you're dead, you don't give up. So you can actually swim and swim under immense stress in this life and keep going. So most people are going to be talking themselves out of the game of life. It's just how it is. So since most people give up so easily when faced with any slight setback, no matter how silly or minor, like I'm talking about, I've heard some crazy, silly, minor little setbacks. If you don't act like those people, if you're not like a little punk about everything and wallow in all your own misery, you're already going to be a winner. You're already better than like 99% of people. So you can teach yourself to do that. Just remember that. Look at your competition. You don't want to be like them. You don't want to be like most people. You don't want to be like average or whatever. So go and do this little exercise. You can sit in the mall, sit in the grocery store, whatever you got in your little area. Sit there and just like people watch, you know? You don't have to look at the top 1% who are probably, you know, let's say like maybe the top, you know, the famous people, maybe they're in a death worshiping, you know, cult or something like that. Okay, forget about them. Look at the non-famous, successful people. They're still few and far between, but they exist. And it's never been easier in history because so many people are not motivated that all you have to do is trick yourself to be motivated and you're better than all these people. So the next one is reframe what ifs, right? So this is going to be big. So whenever you get a fear, you have to reframe. It's all about imagining the worst and then flipping it. So ask yourself better questions instead of what if I fail, try what if I succeed? What if this setback is setting me up for something even better, right? This isn't just like, you know, fluffy positivity, you know, guru stuff. It's actual cognitive reframing. It's a technique from cognitive behavioral psychology, which I always say this is the only real psychology. All the other ones are fluff. Cognitive behavioral psychology. So studies show it reduces your anxiety and it boosts your resilience. So how do you do it? You catch the fear. You notice when you're spiraling, oh my God, I like her, but if I get married to her and have a family, she's going to steal all my money. So then you go and write down what ifs that's bugging you. So like, she's going to steal my money is the statistics. Oh my God, most people are trash. So of course the statistics are not in most people's favor. So don't worry about them. But anyways, write all that down and then flip it and write the positive. What if I'm the first person in my family to have a successful marriage? And what if I break generational curses? What if my kids are like 100 times more successful because I gave them such a great start in life? You can just flip anything. So what if I lose my job? Becomes what if I focus? What if this forces me to find something else that I love? It's not like don't deny reality. It's just like saying, I'm going to tell my brain a new story to focus on, right? So try it and let me know. The next one is the power of even if statements. Again, psychology. This is not woo-woo, right? You can trick. So even if statements can help you build faith. So this is where we turn the fear into the fuel. So when you're scared, you tell yourself, even if this, I'll be okay because, and fill in the blank, right? So let's say you're worried about a big presentation at work. Instead of what if I bomb? What if I get nervous? Blah, blah, blah. Say, even if I mess up, I'm going to learn how to do better next time. Or maybe you're going through like a rough patch, and you can say, even if this lasts longer than I want it to, things are going to get better. I'm going to come out better on the other side. And this works because it's going to shift your focus from the problem to your power, right? That's why when you get like something like a health diagnosis, like a cancer treatment or cancer diagnosis, instead of focusing on the cancer, oh my God, I'm going to die. Oh my God, this is terrible. You focus on treating the problem. Let me spend all my time researching how to cure this, researching who's the best doctor. That's giving yourself power. People who are in power can do amazing things that people who are in problems can never achieve. So it's all about boosting your self-efficacy, believing you can handle whatever comes. And it's not about pretending setbacks don't hurt or don't exist or whatever. It's just about focusing on getting over them quicker. So another tip is you can say these things out loud. It's like something about hearing your own voice that makes it stick better. Just like when you're in class, when you're learning something, writing down notes helps it stick better. So saying it out loud, say these things, even if this happens, this positive thing, or I can focus on this positive thing, and you just shift it in your mind. Example would be, even if I can't move out of the house, like for me, like with mold, I have mold in my house and the whole area, everyone that I know has a little bit of mold because we're in a moldy area. And I don't want to leave now because my dad's here and blah, blah, blah. I'm tied here for a while, right? So even if I can't leave now, I can learn valuable tools to help me and help others in similar situations live better, right? So instead of just like, oh my God, my life sucks because I'm stuck here. Instead of focusing on the negative, I can focus on what I can do, giving myself power back, not consuming by the negative, right? So someone else's example might be, I'm going to keep asking girls out every day because even if no one says yes, I'm going to get more and more comfortable doing uncomfortable things. I'm no longer afraid of starting conversations with people now. I'm having some awkward, but still a lot of fun conversations, and I'm meeting interesting people that I would have never met or spoken to in my whole life. But it's still a lot of fun, and I would have never had this experience before. And I am making the days of a lot of lonely people too. So it's not just about me. It's also I'm doing good things for other people. Because maybe you talk to some, like if you're a guy and you talk to some girl, she's by herself, whatever. Maybe she doesn't even respond positively. Because this happens, right? Like let's say you talk to a girl, she hasn't spoken to anyone. You have no idea what other people are going through. And just because someone looks like they might have a better life than you, that's always wrong. You have no idea what people are going through. So you see this cute girl, you go, hey, how's it going? You hit on her, whatever. She does not hit on you back. She does not respond positively, right? But you know what? Maybe later on, she's like, somebody spoke to me today. Maybe the world isn't so bad. Maybe I'm not insignificant. Maybe people notice me. You don't know what people are going through. And a lot of people are going through it, especially after 2020. So think about that. You're gaining more confidence, and you can even use that. Like, let's say you never get a girlfriend. Let's say like that's unlikely if you keep doing that. It's very unlikely. Let's say like the odds are not in your favor. Unfortunately, you will catch a girlfriend if you gain confidence speaking with people. It just happens. There's nothing you can do about it. So but let's just say in some fantasy world, it didn't get you a girlfriend, but you learned networking, you gained confidence. This is going to help you get more money. This is going to help you do better on your job, negotiate your salary, on and on. This is a positive spiral. Forget negative spirals and stuff. Focus on like, let's have a positive spiral. Oh my God, I'm doing all these things. It's against my comfort zone, but look at all these skills I'm building. Oh my gosh, I'm networking. I've met so many cool people. Forget about like your desired outcome. You're going to have so much more positive outcomes that it's almost like infinite. So number 3, psychology trick, to focus on your goals, to have a North Star. A lot of cheesy people online say North Star, and it makes me cringe inside, like when they say North Star, right? But it is a thing, right? You have to have a goal that you focus on, or like a principle, moral principle that you focus on. It's cheesy, but cheese aside, when life gets really messy, a goal gives you direction. So fear is like, what if I'm lost? Faith will say, even if I stumble, I know where I'm headed, right? So research does back this up. Studies from the American Psychological Association, it shows that people with very clear goals handle stress better, right? Why? Because the goal will pull you forward. It's not about ignoring your pain. It's about having something worth pushing through it for, right? So if like you have nothing to look forward to and you're in pain, you're just in pain and you're stuck there. It's not going to end. There's nothing to do. But if you're like, I have to get through this pain so that I can go do this, your body will react and will make sure you meet your goal. It's amazing what you can do for yourself. So let's think about, maybe your goal is, I'm going to start a business, or I'm going to run a marathon. I'm just going to be a better parent, whatever. It doesn't have to be a huge goal. It just has to matter to you. So let's say your North Star could be focusing on stress reduction, health, mindset, just collecting every tool you can to help deal with whatever life throws on you. You can find a North Star could be like, I care about, let's see, it could be like a value, like I value community. So like, as long as what I'm doing is helping me grow a good, positive community, I know I'm on the right path. Or it could be like, my goal could be, I want to be, I don't know, a famous singer or whatever. So all the things you could do could be going towards like learning and growing and networking to be that. And then you kind of know, like, I have something to focus on, whatever. So my North Star could be like, probably is more stress reduction, health, and fixing mindset. That's like what I like to do to like focus on. So anytime something bad happens, I'm like, how can I lower my stress because something bad happened? How can I focus and optimize my health because something bad happened? And how can I fix my mindset so I don't focus on something that bad that just happened? So collecting little tools to deal with stuff is like my thing. So how do you find yours? You could be like, what would I fight for? Even if it's hard, write it down, look at it daily. And then whenever you have fear, you try to focus on it. Like, what can I do to achieve this better today? Then turn your faith into action, because it's one thing to believe in something. It's another thing to like do the thing that gets you closer to it. So fear is what if, it's the unknown trying to drag you down. And faith is even if, it's deciding to do the thing anyways, to rise up anyways. So let's see. Oh, the other really good thing about like having faith and stuff is like you get to have before and after photos, before and after bank accounts, before and after happiness levels, before and after anything, right? These things are like so amazing when you get to look back at like a bad time. Oh, like I was going through like really hard times, whatever, and look at, you know, like say my room was a complete disaster because my life was a disaster. I wasn't cleaning up, whatever. And then you can see the progress. Oh, now everything's together. Now everything's clean. Now everything's good. You can see like before and afters in your life if you really pay attention. So you can, when you see that, it just makes everything worth it. And then you want to do it in other areas. It's like, oh, I saw the before and after in my workouts. Now I want to see it in my happiness. Now I want to see it in my home. Now I want to see it in my career. Now I want to see it in my friend groups, my networking ability, my public speaking, my how I dress, everything. You want to see before and afters in all the areas. So thank you all for listening to my rant of the day on positivity. And oh, let's see. I haven't been checking, sorry, the chat. So what's up with you guys? There's actually case studies done on the brain stating that when you do challenging tasks all the time, it helps with fight memory. Oh, it helps to fight memory loss and other benefits to the brain. Yes, meeting challenges is neuroprotective. So think about that next time you give up. You're like, I'm damaging my brain. I'm not even going to be able to think when I'm older if I don't fight challenges. You have to use your brain because the body is a use it or lose it device, right? So let's see. All right. Yes, move with the North Pole. Okay, anyways, yes, organizing your desk is very important. Sometimes I have to do it several times a year because I forget and I let things go and then I have to go back. Anyways, so always remember that most people will talk themselves out of trying for a long time. And most people are kind of already dead in the water. They're just kind of waiting to drown. Like they know. They're in the water, they're drowning, but they haven't drowned yet. So don't be most people, be different. Don't do what everybody else does. Don't do it because you only get one life that we know of. So why not do something that makes you feel better and achieve your goals? So anyways, subscribe, like, share. Don't forget to check out other videos for more. And I will see you guys soon. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I know this is very short, but I got to do my hair. My grays are coming out. So that's what I'll be doing today. So everybody have a great day and I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Start the revolution, let the truth begin. Wake up, defeating lies. Control the media's got you hypnotized. Trust authority, they'll take your soul. Break the chains, find your own control.